You can laugh at my song. It's okay.
Oh. Sounds very professional.
Yeah, we call this song Jack Ritter.
Jack Ritter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Three's Company. Do you remember that? Yeah.
I was actually looking for the reference, and it took me a while to get back to like 1978.
How you doing today, buddy?
I'm well. Yeah. Doing good. Happy to be back in Arizona.
Yeah. Do you have a nickname?
I just go by Charlie. Yeah.
Just by Charlie?
Yeah.
You have no other nicknames that you've had in history?
There's Turtle. But
Turtle.
But that was back in my gambling days, and I will not go into the details around it.
You won't go into the details of El Tortuga? You know I'm going to call you El Tortuga from like now on.
I would hope so.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So you were a gambler?
Yeah, I played a lot of online poker in the early days.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not something you like to talk about?
Well, I don't mind talking about gambling either. But,
okay.
Yeah, I'm always happy to talk pot odds or EV
or there we go.
Or anything like that. But I'm most happy talking about bikes these days. So
right on, man. Yeah. Online poker. So why'd you get out of it?
Let's see. It must have really been when the crackdown came. Probably what was that 2010 or so.
Okay.
And that was kind of before Bitcoin and everything else kind of allowed you to kind of restart all the activities around it. I've played recently, but I think the games have gotten way better than when I was making money at it.
So the players have gotten way better.
Oh yeah, it's much harder.
Yeah, so there was a time like when the World Series of Poker first got popular.
Yeah, the McVicker stuff.
Yeah, I would go to the casino here and just clean up.
Yeah,
because you had like 1,000 college kids in there that thought they were like,
the next moneymaker.
The next moneymaker, right? And you could just take pots off them all day.
Yeah, I kind of did the same thing in the early 2000s, and I mean it was almost like a side hobby for me, and enough to supplement incomes when I was making $55,000 a year or something. So it was nice. We would always joke that the $1,500 or so we had in our poker wad was like the most valuable $1,500 we had
because it was capable.
That was it. Yeah.
Capable of earning a whole lot more. Right. Yeah. When you said we, did your wife play as well?
No, just buddies and I. So,
right on.
Yeah, I had a friend who went deep in the World Series of Poker main event. And
really?
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Hey, turn that mic a little bit closer to you. Like angle it a little bit more.
Sure.
Like actually like move it like that. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, he finished 19th cash for.
Wow.
Yeah, cash
that's a big money. That's a big money.
Over 250. So
okay.
Yeah, he was basically the lucky guy in the home games. So.
Is he really lucky though? If he went that high,
that was what we told ourselves.
All right, so we can make all kinds of rounders. Quotes here, and you'll totally get them when most people don't understand them when I use them.
For sure.
Oh man, yeah. And then I got out of it for a bit and came back, and all the college kids were gone.
Yeah,
and it was just like a bunch of old school rounders,
hardened up.
And then, like you said, you sit down at the table for 5 minutes, you look around the table, you can't spot the sucker.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
are the sucker.
Like,
I was the sucker.
I'm leaving now. I've got enough self-control and enough money in the bank at this point to actually decide to leave.
Yeah. So. Do you play anymore?
Just occasionally. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not a ton. I've dabbled online, thrown a few Bitcoin in there and VPN'd it up, but
right on.
Other than that,
not so much.
Nothing.
Well, we should probably introduce my friend here, Mr. Charles McVicker. For the first 6 months, I thought his name was McVickers.
Yeah.
I don't know why everybody wants to put an S on the end of your name.
They do.
Otherwise known as the Turtle. And you're not going to tell the story as to where that comes from?
Really can't.
You can't? Okay. No. Well, we'll just make up a story, and in the next podcast, we'll tell that story.
Yeah. The truth is worse.
The truth is worse than anything I could imagine.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone still call you the Turtle?
Only a few poker friends. Yeah.
Is it Turtle or the Turtle?
Turtle.
Yeah. Just straight up Turtle.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll leave it as a mystery.
He'll leave it as a mystery. All right. Well, we had another guy that was supposed to join us today, Dr. Ulrich.
Yeah.
Who bailed out, but that's okay. Big wussy. He actually stole your bike.
He did.
So why don't you tell me that story about Dr. Ulrich stealing? And he really is a doctor, by the way.
Yeah.
Why'd he steal your bike? How'd that play out?
It's really more of an abandoned in place type of thing. When I left Tucson a little while ago, I decided I wanted to have a Tucson bike. And John happened to live nearby, and so I left it at his house. But I haven't ridden it in almost 2 years now. And John has adopted it, and recently took it down to the bike shop to get it, tuned up and stuff like that. And the mechanic there, a friend of mine, actually recognized it and said, "I think this is not your bike." And was basically
like accusing John of stealing it.
He wanted to know right away what the lineage of this bike was. So yeah. Definitely.
So he got called to the carpet, huh?
He got called to the carpet. Cookie Balls took him to the carpet and was ready to actually take my bike back for me. So,
well, good looking out, man. That's one thing that's cool about the Tucson bicycle scene is that they look after each other, right? Yeah. So a funny thing is, right? So John works at our company, but he's also I don't know what you call associate professor, adjunct professor at the University of Arizona, and he's got an office at the University of Arizona, and typically. Or oftentimes he actually works from his office in the U of A, and post COVID or whatever, we're all on Zoom meetings all the time, and I can see like behind him your bike,
right? And
he's got like a little sign. What's the sign say? It's just like stolen, or
something like this is McVicker's stolen bike, or something like that. But he was definitely claiming to have been much more maniacal around it than he actually was.
Yeah, the truth is you just left it at his house.
The truth is I left it at his house, and his garage is kind of an experiment, rat hole of I don't know, Mustang parts and old bikes and rocket motors and various things. So it was really the least of his wife's concerns. So.
I imagine he's got rooms that look like my room in here. Does he?
Oh, yeah.
I've never been to his house. But.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. So what kind of bike is it?
It's a Trek Amanda. So just kind of a classic road bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about road bikes on this podcast. Yeah, so you got to be more specific. Like,
I didn't feel bad about leaving it because it's actually been cracked. I crashed it. So
is it aluminum?
No, it's carbon. But
carbon.
I repaired.
Did you have it repaired?
I did have it repaired, but not through any sort of source that I know. So. In all fairness, the values declined substantially, and I felt like it was okay to kind of have as a backup and let John kind of ride it, and maybe what I was really hoping is he'd ride it enough so that he'd actually get kind of the bug to buy a new bike. So
it seems like he rides it quite a bit, but he hasn't got the bug to buy a new bike.
I think so. Yeah.
So the interesting thing also is that you are a executive in the supply chain. So if you wanted to locate, a really solid carbon fiber repair operation, you have the ability to do that.
I do. I would go straight to Boulder in most instances.
Okay.
There's a number of good carbon fiber rework shops there, but
why Boulder?
They're kind of a bike mecca especially for road bikes.
Is that where Gorilla Gravity's at? Do you know?
I think they're in Golden actually, but right down the road.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. Huh. Yeah, they're the local huckers.
They're huckers, right? They don't make. So do you live in Colorado? You know the Colorado scene, or what's the deal there?
Colorado's really where I learned to ride, at least as an adult. I grew up riding BMX bikes and kind of really early mountain bikes,
right?
But didn't take to it until my early 40s when, I kind of got out of shape and got back into shape.
You got to do something.
Yeah, you got to do something, right? And so in Colorado, actually got myself a bike after several years of running and kind of messing up my knees. But dove right into it. And there's a great scene in Denver, both mountain biking and road.
Right.
So, yeah, lots of good.
So compare like road riding in Denver compared to Tucson or where you're at in California, as far as like, I guess, how do the folks on the road in vehicles treat bicyclists? Is it more friendly here or in Colorado or where you live now?
I would say Denver and Tucson are pretty comparable.
Okay.
They're both bike cities, right? They've got good infrastructure. They've got bike paths. They've got kind of thoroughfares through the city, make it relatively easy. And then they've got big mountains surrounding them where you can go and actually get your fitness in.
Yep.
Lots of knowledgeable riders. It's pretty welcoming. You know, even as somebody who's kind of coming from outside of it, you know, from a running background, I didn't have any trouble kind of finding people to, you know, teach me to ride in a pack, or even as, you know, somebody who was horrific on a mountain bike early on, you know, finding somebody to just teach me some of the basics of just being able to kind of pop your wheel up over rocks, or, you know, pull the back end up and stuff like that. So, really, you know, great spot, lots of good bike shops. Easy to find the trail networks and stuff like that. Where I live in California now is like completely rural and remote. Like it is.
Where is it, like, roughly?
It's about 2.5 hours above San Francisco.
Okay.
So
how far is that from the Oregon border?
Probably about 6 hours.
Oh, Jesus Christ. California's that big?
California's fucking big.
Wow.
And
I didn't realize there was 8.5 hours between San Francisco and Oregon.
Yeah, you can really go for a while. And most of it is actually totally pristine. So people think of either San Francisco or they think of LA, right? And most of California is not that. That's where the population centers are. But what I've always loved about the state and why I keep going back there is it's country. Like, it's truly country. You know, I live about a mile from the beach and the big bluffs, kind of Big Sur type, you know, landscape.
Yep.
But I live in a redwood forest, and all the trails there are very loamy, you know, perfect kind of riding with the redwood duft that kind of softens everything up. So lots of great traction.
All right, you just use a term I don't know. What's duff? What does that mean?
So redwood duft is kind of this perfect little, it's basically like if pine needles just dissolved like over like 15 years and they just turn into like this perfect dirt.
Okay.
So just the type that you just sink your tires in enough so you can just bank everything.
Just perfect traction.
Just perfect traction.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can really, like, I don't have a true mountain bike at this point.
Yeah.
I would hardly even call what I have a gravel bike. I basically got 38s on an all road bike. Okay. So definitely think like 1980s drop bars with, you know, a decent amount of width on the tires. And because the trails are nice enough there, I can just rip that as a mountain bike. Right. Obviously if I had a full sus, it'd be nicer. Mm-hmm. But I kind of like the underbiking aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean that's like the whole gravel bike movement. I took I guess a Surly Crosscheck. Yeah, and I just turned it into a gravel bike. Right,
perfect.
Steel frame, put the big old flared out handlebars on it. Yeah, got some really crazy brakes, and I actually put a frame shifter from like the late 1980s, early
the down tube shifters.
Yes.
Oh shit!
I'm not kidding.
that would be dicey moving much of that around.
Oh man, it's awesome. Set it up. It's got I think it's a 54 tooth cog on the front, and it's a 7-speed in the back, wide range. Okay. A company called Microshift. Yeah. It's I'll show it to you before you go. It's a super interesting, and I think I run 38s or 42s on it. Same thing, and it's a great gravel bike for me. Yeah.
If I were in the desert, I would definitely gravitate towards more of a full suspension. There's so many rocky drops here, and the sand is such that I'd want, nice 2.5s or something like that on there. Yeah. But yeah, in kind of a different environment, different bikes work. And
so can you ride year round?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The microclimate where I'm in, never really gets much below about 48, 49. Okay. And never gets much above 75. Like in this massive California heat wave that, folks are talking about now, we topped out at 80. Okay. And, because we're close enough to the ocean, there's no smoke or anything like that.
That seemed, so I lived in Monterey for a couple of years.
Perfect. Yeah.
And it's seemed pretty similar to that. Yeah. Although it's pretty far north from where you're, or pretty far south from where you're at.
Yeah. I went to school in Santa Cruz.
Oh, right on. Okay. That's just down the road from me where I was at. Yeah, funny story. First time in San Francisco, had a girlfriend I was dating there when I lived in Monterey, and we drove up, and we told them that we were just going up to Gilroy. We used to drive. It was when like In-N-Out Burger first opened up. There was only like a couple in the state. And so we
go wait in line.
No shit. We would drive from Monterey to Gilroy, which is like 45 minutes or something, right? To go to In-N-Out Burger.
Which is a perfectly fine burger, but also just perfectly fine.
Yeah. I mean, well, now it's perfectly fine, but back then it was something special.
Right.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. We bought into the hype, but we told the girls that we were going up to Gilroy. They fell asleep in the car. We'd had a long night the night before. Long story short, we woke them up on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, and they're like, where the fuck are we? Like, you look outside. Like, oh God, stupid kids back then, man. But
drove across it this morning.
I spend a lot of time in California. We go to San Diego quite often. Like during COVID, I think we spent a week every month just about out there, which was awesome. But I couldn't live there, man. How do you handle like the taxes? Is it different where you're at, or is it, that's just nuts?
No, I look at it as the price to play, really.
Okay.
And I don't know. I grew up there. I've got I feel like a real, sense of self and place there. So
so did you grow up in Northern California as well?
I did. Yeah. Okay. About an hour or so outside of Sacramento, but went to school in Santa Cruz and then Palo Alto, and just ultimately kind of loved that type of scenery and the forests and the beaches and stuff like that. So,
were you a surfer?
I've only been a few times and never successful. I grew up on water skis and
water skis.
And
it must have been inland.
Inland, yeah. So we were above Sacramento, and
I don't know the topography or the area, the geography, whatever.
But so I had one of the first wakeboards.
Okay.
The original Scurfer.
I don't know what that is, man.
Okay. It's basically a surfboard that you pull behind a boat.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of like the wakeboarding of, I guess at the time of snowboards or something like that.
Okay. So, do you snowboard?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't in a while, but
really?
But yeah, I grew up, I was a snowboard 90s kid.
Haven't got your kids into snowboarding?
I tried, but my son started playing basketball, and that was like the death of all winter sports.
I know what that's like, man. Like my son's into basketball right now. So Skander, he's my oldest. He's in 8th grade going into 9th grade. So he'll go into high school next year as a freshman. And they're saying that he has to potentially like play all summer in like these summer leagues so that he has a chance to like make the team or whatever. And I was planning on like going to like, I don't know, Puerto Rico or something for 6 weeks and just
something other than being in a basketball gym. Yes.
And I'm like, really? Like, we're going to buy a Sprinter van and we're going to go to Whistler. And like, do we really have to? No, we're going to sit
DC here. Is much better than a basketball.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Yeah. Oh God. We've talked about it a bunch in this podcast, but we have spent so much time at bike parks. Parks lately. Yeah. So there's one in northern New Mexico. It's about an hour northeast of Taos. So it's real northern New Mexico, like, past the Rio Grande up there, whatever, but called Angel Fire. And it is.
Is that it's around Santa Fe, right?
Yes. Well, northeast of Santa Fe. Yeah. It is. Wow. Yeah. It's amazing.
I have not done big downhill.
You should try it. You really should try. How far is Mammoth from you guys?
It's probably about 6-7 hours.
So at that point, maybe it's even better to go north for you, because you get up to like Washington, get up to Bellingham, those areas. They have like much better places up there.
Yeah, I need something soft to land on though. I have a propensity. I really did give up my mountain bike because I crashed too much on it.
Really?
Yeah, and it's generally soft landing. I've only ever broken bones on the road bike, but I definitely crash a lot on the mountain bike. But part of that is just trying stuff, right? So
yeah, so like knock on wood, I know nobody that's been killed on a mountain bike.
I know a lot of people that have actually died on road bikes. Yeah,
I know a lot of people that have died on road bikes.
Yeah, I do too.
And of all of the stories I've heard, not a single one of the people that died on a road bike, it was actually their fault. And so my whole thought, like the reason that I mountain bike versus road bikes, I like to ride. I go and I'll do the loop, just ride like 60 miles in a loop, whatever. It's not a big deal, but that works for me. If I'm going to die or get hurt, I really want it to be my fault.
Yeah.
No, not somebody else's.
Yeah, I have recently begun getting a little bit adventurous and a little bit rowdy on the road bike going downhill. I think I took some of my first downhill KOMs on a road bike.
Oh, here we go.
Which felt a little fucked up.
Okay, I got a question for you. I read somewhere, you probably don't even know about this, but like, have you ever ridden with a dropper post?
I have not. Well, I have on mountain bikes.
You have?
Yes, okay. Yes. But
single greatest invention that's changed how a mountain bike rides of all time.
Well, and I don't know if you know this, but a big road race, one of the pro road races, Milan-San Remo.
This is what I was just going to bring up.
Yes, was won by the guy with the dropper post. With the one guy with the dropper post.
20 mils of dropper.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, man, if you want to take some KOMs, why don't you put a dropper on your road bike?
That was the craziest descent I think I've ever seen.
Did you watch
professional dude? Oh yeah, multiple times. It was absolutely insane how he bounced out of the gutter. Like he should have been dead on that. That was.
So it was just reckless abandon.
It was reckless.
You really can't like claim that it was the dropper post that got him there. It was just some crazy guy hauling ass down.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy. You really should look it up on YouTube. It is. I wouldn't say go watch road cycling on the internet. It's not interesting.
At least not since Lance was there. That's for sure.
Well, and even then, like if they're EPO'd to the gills, then yeah, maybe it starts to look interesting.
Yeah.
But most of the time, they're just going uphill slowly.
I mean, I remember that time when he had to like cross the road and go over into the dirt, and it was like a big deal that he was riding in the grass.
Right. There's a little bit of that in the tour this year too, but most of the time it's relatively dry.
Yeah.
But the last 5 minutes of Milan-San Remo from this year,
just crazy.
It's
so did that get you thinking about like maybe I should try a dropper post? I mean, just what are you gonna? You have to deal with a little bit of weight.
No, I'm a little bit of a weight weenie when
it
comes to this.
How much is your bike? How much does your bike weigh?
14.
Holy shit. So you couldn't even legally race that in the tour.
No, yeah. I'd be putting fishing lures fishing weights on the back of it. But
So what's your Grupo? Do you have the electronic?
I do.
What do they call it?
DI2.
DI2. So that's like Dura Ace quality?
Yeah, it is Dura Ace.
Okay, so that's the Dura Ace Grupo.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm super bougie on this shit. So this is a bike podcast. It's NV wheels, it's S Works, it's all the bling.
What's the brakes?
They're Chris King EEs. Like they're like.
I know about Chris King.
Okay.
Yeah. You haven't seen my garage yet.
Okay.
There's a lot of Chris King in my garage.
Yeah, they're Crane Creek, they're King Creek. There's half the weight of Dura Ace, so it's
Jesus.
It's kind of ridiculous. The only thing I would say in my defense on this,
but it's not disc brakes.
No, I'm like I said, I'm a weight weenie.
So you can't get disc brakes that are light enough to.
Not that much. I'm over probably a pound and a half lighter than the latest S Works SL7, just because I have the last rim brake version of the Tarmac.
So your bike is a pound and a half heavier.
Lighter than the latest version that S Works puts out.
And that's because of the rim versus disc brakes?
Yep.
And have you ridden a road bike with disc brakes?
I have. Well, my gravel bike is set up with disc brakes, and I absolutely love. Like, I wouldn't ride a mountain bike or a gravel bike without disc brakes.
Okay. Hydraulic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all the nice stuff again.
So tell me about your gravel bike.
It's an Allied All Road. So Allied is a great little company out of Arkansas.
Okay.
They actually do their own, they've got all their own carbon manufacturing in the US.
Just like Bentonville, Arkansas, like that area? Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. And they specialize in gravel. And we're one of the first to really kind of look at themselves as a real gravel bike company. So picked up one of those. The one thing I will say is even though I've got all these bespoke type of bikes, I do tend to pick them up on eBay. So
somehow that makes it less bougie. Just so you know,
exactly.
Yeah. You're not going to like the bike studio.
I'm not. I wouldn't. And my wife would definitely have words, if I spent, twice as much on these things as I get them for. But,
right.
But, personally, I feel like there's always value in used bikes in the same way. Like a lot of people just buy way more bike than they can handle. And so, I like to pick those things up when I can.
That's interesting. The mountain bike I'm riding right now. So I'm a heavier guy.
Yeah. I hadn't noticed.
Yeah. I'm a big guy, but I was way bigger. I was like 300 pounds, back in January.
I remember your various weights.
Yeah. been different sizes. Hired a nutritionist. She's been helping me, which has been pretty cool. But, anyways, so for a long time I rode a steel hardtail mountain bike just because and I rode Surly because I was like, listen, man, nothing else can support. I mean, every mountain bike, like their max weight limit's like 250
really
total rider weight. So you take me and then put my gear and my clothes on and I'm like pushing 300 pounds. You're looking at 320, 330, like 80 pounds over the max weight limit. I was crushing everything, just breaking everything.
Yeah.
Just not because I'm some amazing rider, because I'm not, just because of the sheer girth that was putting on the bikes. But,
I feel like you should edit that in post.
I'm not going to edit. I don't edit this at all. Just so you know,
But maybe that could be the title of this podcast.
you should edit this in post.
No, sheer girth.
Sheer girth. The sheer girth. Yeah, probably not the first time or the last time we're going to talk about my girth on this podcast. But Pink Bike. Are you familiar with Pink Bike? So they put out 2021 budget bikes, and the best bike was a company called Vitus, which is actually one of the oldest bike brands in the world. It's a British company. It used to be Italian, but it's a British company now. And $2,400, I bought this full suspension bike. Wow. And then within a week, destroyed the wheel set. Replaced that. Basically,
you can get good wheel sets, though. I mean, you can get good wheel sets that really kind of support a
yeah. So here's where I'm at, dude. And I talked about this in the last podcast. Shimano XT, $400 aluminum. Shimano Ultegra on my gravel bike, $400.
Yeah.
Bulletproof. I can't destroy them. And I've destroyed everything.
Yeah.
So shout out to the $400 Shimano aluminum wheel set.
I've got a nice head aluminum wheel set on my gravel bike that I'm shocked. I don't seek out drops, but I also don't
not.
so there are some hard landings, and I'm not super small. I'm 180 right now, so I can put some pressure on a carbon frame and wheels. So
I've never tried a carbon frame.
Really, I think you'd be surprised at how strong they are.
Yeah, I know they are, and Gorilla Grab. So I'm selling the used market is just completely gone. It's destroyed. I've had bikes for 6 weeks out there. I can't sell them right now.
Oh, really?
It's crazy.
Huh.
So forever it was crazy. And then the last 2 months, it's just the bottoms dropped out of the used market. So if you're looking for a bike, now's the time, or at least now's the time to start looking.
Yeah. I was for a while, I was actually watching my bikes appreciate.
Yeah.
I was watching, comparable models on Pros Closet go literally up in value.
Yeah.
So
we had a guy on a couple of weeks ago. I don't think you know him. He does work at the same place we work.
Is that Broxnad?
It's not. It's a Brock. Who did you say?
No, is that Brad Knox?
No, it's not Brad Knox. Although we will have Brad Knox on at some point. We haven't had him on yet. I should have had him come over tonight, but he goes to bed at 6:00, so it was going to be too early for him. But yeah, Brett Muxon is the guy's name. He is in program planning, kind of PMX, what was PMX, and now they're whatever in finance. But he just built up this BMC, $9,000 race mountain bike. Now he's 5'10", 250, big boy. He built up this bike. It's got 203 millimeter rotors on it.
Stopping power.
It's
stop a BMW.
Sub 20 pound bike with 203 millimeter rotors on it is the funniest thing. I'll have to show you. I'll have to show you a picture
I'm
of it
definitely
later.
intrigued.
It's super interesting, but he was on and he's been trying to sell it. And so what he did was he built his bike and he used curated.com. Have you ever heard of these guys?
No.
So we hadn't heard of them either, but apparently if there's something that you really want, you go to curated.com and you tell them, I want this. And they will go and find it for you.
203 rotors?
Yeah. He wanted this
under
on this
under 16 ounces.
Under 16 ounces, right? Yeah, no. He wanted this specific frame, this BMC carbon 2-stroke hardtail race mountain bike with like old school geometry. He wanted it and he got it. But long story short, these curated guys,
he got that under 20 pounds.
Yeah, it's like 19 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Are you really?
You had me at under 20 pounds.
So he lives right up the road.
Yeah.
And if you want, we can go over there. So here's the deal. Built it for 9,000. He's asking 5,000. It's never been ridden one time.
Wow.
And he'd probably take 45. It's a medium size.
I got to see if I'm going to be laid off in the next week after that.
It's a medium size. Did you ride a medium or no?
No, I usually go for a large.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. For something like this, I might consider knocking my knees on the handlebars.
Yeah, you'll have to I'll show you a picture of it when we're done here. And if you want, we can cruise over to Brett's house. He lives right up the road. I'm sure he'd be happy for us to come over and have a drink and see his bike. But anyways, super interesting. The point was he built it for $9,000. Like, immediately decided that he wanted to sell it. Couldn't get $5,000. Went to the pros closet. They offered him $3,000.
I know, they just go so low.
I've never sold. I mean, they got to make some money. So
I did sell one bike to him.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was a Yeti
mountain bike.
Yeah,
you got rid of your mountain bike.
I did. Yeah, I moved to the desert.
Wait, hang on. I got to find the right.
I agree.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I totally. I feel judged, and I deserve to be judged.
Yeah, it's time to buy another mountain bike, dude.
It is, and I've got a number of people in my life that are telling me this.
Really,
and
other people local to you. That's the important thing.
Yeah. We've got a great race series there, which is a lot of fun.
Like a monthly race or something like that, or
yeah, it's kind of in the spring.
Okay.
It's called the Grasshopper Series, and it's kind of this interesting mixed terrain event. Like you're never on the right bike.
Okay.
And
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's like road, gravel, mountain, downhill. Right,
but you'll always choose the wrong bike no matter what. And, and so there's enough of them which are chunky and stressful enough to really kind of require a
hardtail mountain bike is probably a good fit for that.
Yeah, and that's what my buddy rides on a lot of them.
Right.
And so I definitely have my eye on something light, a little bit squirrely, because I like a little squirrely in my ride, but that would really kind of allow me to still pop up the hills pretty well and really kind of party a bit on the downhill.
So do you geek out on the suspension or on the geometry stuff? Do you know all that stuff for mountain bikes?
Honestly, every bike that I ride feels pretty good. So
okay. So like I've never ridden a bike that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Start with that.
A little bit like that. Like I'll just
figure it out.
I'll just fucking ride it.
You'll just figure it out, right?
And I am dorky enough about it so that like once I have it underneath me, I'm curious about it.
Yeah.
But I also won't object.
So if I tell you, like, if I ask you, like, what wheelbase are you looking for? What chain stays are you looking for? What reach are you looking for? What head tube angle? What seat tube angle? Would you know those things?
I wouldn't know my measurements.
Okay.
When it comes to a road bike, I'll go in and I'll get fit.
Yeah.
But honestly, I've never noticed a huge difference in terms of like power transfer or ultimately comfort. Like I'm 48. I'm still flexible enough so that, and frankly, I'm vain enough so that I'm going to slam that fucking stem. So, there's not an option in terms of the road bike setup. It will be slammed and I'll look the roady part when I'm there.
Right.
But
that makes no sense to me, by the way.
No,
I
get it.
I don't understand
and,
that, right?
Yeah. Maybe Brad would, but
no, he definitely would. 100%. Yeah, he would get it.
And so, so from that sense, I'll go full roadie. But when it comes to like a mountain bike, I'm just, or even gravel bike, I'm just happy to go out there and just ride it hard.
So here's my advice. You should, I can't speak to road bikes because I don't know them well, but I do know there is a huge amount of difference. This is not so much in the, like it used to be 10, 15 years ago about getting the right size bike. This is more about getting the right geometry in a bike that behaves the way you want it to behave. And so like longer wheelbase, more stable, shorter wheelbase, more playful, shorter, chainstay, front end comes up, more whippy around, like steeper seat tube, better climber.
So I will always default to more of a climby bike.
Okay.
And deal with the nonsense going downhill.
Okay.
And just kind of make up for the fact that ultimately I feel pretty comfortable going downhill.
Uh-huh.
And so, I mean, I go downhill on drop bars, all the time.
Yeah.
And
so you're not going to be scared on a flat bar.
If you give me a flat bar, I don't even know what to do with all the, everything that comes with that. Right. Like that just feels so easy. And well, frankly, it feels so comfortable. Right. And I should probably live in that space more than I do. So that's really why when I look at a mountain bike, I'm like, I want it light. I want it. I'm fine with it being totally squirrely on the back end and sliding around and, doing all that. So
make me this promise, at least learn about what the different numbers mean. There's only like 5 numbers you have to know so that you can make an informed decision and buy a bike that will behave out of the box the way that you just explained it to me.
Yeah.
Because you could buy 5 different bikes and 2 of them will behave that way and 3 of them won't.
Yeah. I really liked the Yeti that I had.
Yeah, who doesn't? Come on.
Did that sound a tad
That was the
bougie?
little bougie. Jesus, Yeti. Yeah. Tell me about your pivots next, right?
Yeah.
I used to ride at Ellsworth. You ever heard of them?
No, I feel like it's probably out of my price.
Super bougie.
Yeah.
Yeah. San Diego custom.
Yeah, custom stuff. Yeah. The custom stuff I've not dipped my toe in.
Yeah. I guess I wouldn't say custom. I'd just say boutique. Probably the same thing. There were frames that anyone could buy.
Yeah.
But made in the United States, really, really high quality manufacturing.
Type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it titanium?
No, it was all, again, big boy.
Big boy steel.
Big boy. No, these were aluminum, but like really over manufactured. Yeah. Like I couldn't break them.
Big lugs.
Yeah. Everything was, hogged out, just super strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really great. Tony Ellsworth.
Cool.
They just started making bikes again, actually.
I like that when the brands are brought back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Should be cool. All right, so your gravel bike. Tell me about your gravel bike.
Yeah, it's an Allied all-road. So it's...
you were telling me about the frame. They're from Bentonville, Arkansas. Have you been to Bentonville?
No, I haven't. I hear the riding is great, though. Really, I mean, all the way around from road to gravel to mountain biking. And frankly, the trails there are supposed to just be groomed to...
God bless Walmart.
Right.
Jesus.
You gotta
never thought I would have said that.
No, you gotta love corporate backing.
Oh Jesus! So okay, did you buy the frame or did you buy it built up?
No, I bought it built up. Like I said, I bought it on eBay, and it was one of those bikes that I kind of looked at for a while. I watched it kind of come down and creep down a little bit in price.
Uh-huh.
And I pulled the trigger without having ridden it. So
okay, and you'd never ridden one before.
A friend of mine had one, so okay. I'd kind of test rode things.
Similar size, similar year?
Yeah, his was a 58, mine's a 56.
Okay.
But I kind of knew what I was buying.
So what size is your road bike? 58?
56.
56? What should I be riding?
Let's see, you're about 6'2".
Yeah, 6'3".
Yeah, 6'3". I would say you're kind of between that 58 and 60.
Okay.
For a more upright position, 60.
Okay.
But I'd probably put you in a 58.
Wouldn't that put me even more upright?
No, 58 will put you a little more aero.
What? A smaller bike puts me more aero?
Yeah, it gets you leaned over.
What?
Yeah, you throw the stem out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're confusing me right now, man, because I thought a bigger bike would stretch me out more.
No, it actually wouldn't. You'd probably bring the stem in a bit more.
Okay.
Or you'd have the stack height, up a little higher.
Okay.
But yeah, smaller bike. You'll see the pros like size down a level because they want to get that smaller, lighter feel. So I typically kind of size down in bikes on the road at least.
What size tires do you run on the road?
I run 28s. But
that's pretty big, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I've got rural roads that are pretty chunky, and
okay,
there's a lot of potholes and stuff like that. So
it helps you survive that.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, all the latest stuff around road bikes is widening out the tires, dropping the pressure. I mean, they're actually
you're running tubeless now, right?
I'm running tubeless, and
yep.
The roadies are actually learning something from mountain biking. It's
about time.
It's about time, right? So yeah, we're dropping pressure. We're actually kind of allowing there to be a little bit of comfort on the roadside. Not much, and we still wear tight clothing, but
yeah. Why do your clothes match your bike? Like, what's with that?
I feel like that question should be reversed. Is why would your clothes ever not match your bike?
Oh my God. Are you...
I feel attacked.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
Listen, I spend a lot of time thinking about sock height and color.
Seriously?
So I wouldn't. Well, actually, now I've gone completely away from any color in my socks, so completely white socks.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's important.
That's important to me. Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about this. Do you know how much I think about what I'm going to wear?
I would hope not at all.
None.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit. Like, is it clean? Nope. Okay.
That's fine too.
Oh, Jesus. You know who's the best? Like we had Punk Rock Dan. We call Dan McInnes Punk Rock Dan.
Checks out.
Yeah.
Not Admiral Dan, but Punk Rock Dan.
Punk Rock Dan. We have to tell you why, right? So this guy, like he is like, do you know about him? Like his backstory, like what he is? Okay. So he's MIT grad. He's got a couple different master's degrees. He was chief engineer at Raytheon, one of the functions there. I think that's the first time I actually mentioned the company on the podcast. That's interesting. But anyways, he's retired now, but one-star admiral retired.
Yeah.
He's a practicing magician.
Really?
I'm not kidding you. And he's really...
That actually is the only thing so far that you said that surprised me.
And he's really good magician. And when he got to, I think it was his 20-year like anniversary with Raytheon, they offered him like the prize, right? And so he goes on there, and one of the options to choose is a mountain bike. And so he chooses this mountain bike.
It's a ripper.
He chooses this mountain bike. And it's like one of those old Y-frame full suspension mountain bikes. Okay, 26-inch. God. I mean, we're talking about a
true death trap,
good $250, $100 bike.
Right. Like Walmart,
$250,
Walmart special.
So we're out there ripping. And he's out there ripping on that thing.
I fucking love that.
I mean, we're bombing down crazy shit. Yeah. And he's right there just bang, bang, bang on this thing. Oh, man.
What kind of brakes were on there?
Rim brakes, man. This is like a $250 old school. Just every time he pedaled, it would like damn near bottom out. Wow. And I kept telling him, I'm like, Dan, dude, like you're a retired flag officer and you're a chief engineer at Raytheon. You have way more money than me do.
He's probably got 3 pensions at this point.
Yeah,
right?
he does. Cause he's got the old other companies as well. You can afford a bike, bro.
Where'd you send him for his bike?
So he went into Ben's Bikes over on Houghton.
Solid choice.
Yeah, it's a good shop. Ben's a good shop, and he's like, give me your most expensive bike.
Oh, good.
And that day,
he truly approached this how I would approach this.
He did. Unfortunately, that day, the most expensive bike they had was like $2,300 in his size.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So if he would have went another day,
there has to be a timeout call.
There could have been like a $10,000 bike there. He probably would have bought it.
Right.
but he got a good giant hardtail Eagle 12-speed hydraulic disc brakes. reputable components all throughout.
Yeah.
Good suspension, good geometry. The bike performs well.
Perfect. He probably thinks this is.
It is like the second coming of Christ.
Yes.
He loves this thing.
I imagine, right? You're talking about a major upgrade.
And he's so funny. He comes. We met him one day, and we were doing the shuttle ride, just because everyone couldn't make it back to the car.
You have him shuttling now, huh?
Yeah, right. So we met him one day, and we were doing a shuttle ride, and I'm like, "Hey Dan, what are you running your tires at?" And he's like, 30. I'm like, okay. So I feel him and I squeeze him, and my thumb goes all the way to touch the rim. And I'm like, Dan, I think you got about 4 pounds of pressure in these tires.
You have to pump these each time.
Yeah. He had already read like 5 miles or something. I'm like, we got to go back to my house and pump these tires up to at least 20 PSI. So we took them back, pumped them up. We did the ride. That's the day that
I do think that there is this thing though that you don't actually understand how much maintenance is involved in a bike if you don't
do it yourself.
If you don't do it yourself and ride regularly, right? Because when I was a kid, I don't think I pumped up my tires ever, right?
Your dad did once in a while.
Yeah, I suppose so. It must have happened once a season,
right?
But I think if you aren't in that and you actually haven't gone through the process of figuring out what you need to do each ride, why would you pump up your tire each time?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, I'm at the point now where we're like going 1,000 foot or 2,000 foot in elevation. I go up to Mount Lemon. I'm like, all right, I went up 3,000 feet. So that means that my tire pressure have gone 6%. They've increased by 6 PSI. So when I get to the altitude, I got to drop it by 6% or 6 PSI. And then when I come back down, I got to put it back up 6. I mean, that's where I'm at. We're exactly on. You can feel a huge difference in your tire pressure. Yeah. Just a couple PSI.
No, like especially on the gravel bike, like that's actually my suspension. So I do care about that.
Do you ever try those Spank handlebars?
No, but I've got inserts in my gravel bike now.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Basically tire inserts.
Yeah. Okay, so, like we call them cush core.
Yeah, cush cores. Yeah,
but you put those in a gravel bike.
I did. Yeah, I don't think that's normal, but I looked at it like I'm going to learn from mountain bikers.
Okay. Well, I like the fact that you're learning from mountain bikers. That's the right way to go. Did you wow, okay. I don't even know what to say about that. So why did you do that?
Well, basically, if I'm in a race and
you go flat,
I go flat. I want to be able to ride it out. So
that's a good reason.
Yeah.
So are you racing the gravel bike?
Yeah, that's basically what I use for these grasshopper events.
Okay.
So
you've done them.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize you've done them. You're just thinking that maybe it'd be better if you had a hardtail mountain bike to use on a couple of the courses as well.
Yeah, they always kind of mix it up enough so that you have to use your mountain bike sometimes, your gravel bike sometimes, and even occasionally a road bike.
Interesting. Huh. It's like an enduro event or something. Huh.
Yeah, they even do enduro timing on some of them.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And is it just all there kind of in your local area, or are you driving far for it?
Yeah, no, it's right there in the Sonoma. It's really Sonoma County. Okay. So wine country. It's been a great local series. It's been around 25 years, and it's really kind of the original. It is truly the OG gravel races. Like this is.
Do you know how many people have told me that?
I challenge anybody to actually find folks that were doing this.
This is the deal, man. All these guys from California, they started everything. They started really mountain biking. Marin started mountain biking.
I ride
Forget the guys in Colorado. Forget those guys. They started mountain. Now they're telling me they started gravel biking. I'm pretty sure it was a guy in Wisconsin.
The Mountain Biking Hall of Fame is in Marin. So,
here we go.
Yeah, I know.
This is getting deep. This is getting so deep. Whatever. Whoever invented this stuff, thank you. Who gives a shit who it was?
It is, and it was Northern California.
Oh my God, I can't tell it. Did you ever do a 24-hour race here?
No.
Have you ever raced a mountain bike?
I haven't ever raced a mountain bike.
Wow.
I need to actually get on an old Pueblo team at some point, and I've offered up my services and
a couple times. No one wants to take you up on it.
No, they don't.
I'm sure we could find you a team.
I'm pretty sure I'd end up in a cactus. So.
You should talk to Brad. I bet you he'd do a duo with you.
Yeah.
You guys would be a formidable team. And that would give you an excuse to buy a bike.
It would.
And then you could have the bike That's in February.
I should just use Dr. Ulrich's. I feel like he owes me a bite.
He does owe you. What's he got? Do you know?
He's got a Trek of some sort.
Okay.
Yeah, probably Top Fuel.
Right on.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, Sonoma. So you a wine drinker?
Only since I moved to Sonoma, and which it kind of goes with the territory.
Yeah.
So, you kind of start drinking it, and you find the local vineyards around you and start drinking those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some good ones? Something you want to recommend? Something you want to shout out?
Let's see. So the thing is I only drink the wine that I ride by. So if it's on my local routes, I'll buy their wine.
Okay. And so then you put in your Camelback, or you don't wear the Camelback? That's probably too heavy.
No, I did actually just buy a Usui.
I think you told me this, or Brad told me this. You guys are so alike. It's so funny. You two.
There is a perfect Camelback, and it's not a Camelback. It's a Usui.
Okay. Well, what is it? Tell me. Explain it.
Well, it's this nice little strap that they have there that really kind of cinches in. It's almost like a parachute.
Okay.
But it just pops in so perfectly, and it just doesn't move on your back at all.
Okay. And how many liters does it fit?
Mine has 100. So
100 liters. Okay.
Yeah. So you can go for a while.
That'll get you about 20 minutes in Arizona.
Oh, I guess so. It'll last all day in California.
100 liters. Yeah. I wear it. So that's 1 liter, right?
Or 100 ounces. Sorry.
Still 1 liter.
No,
right?
That's like 3 liters.
Oh,
I think a liter is 33 ounces.
I do not know.
I think it's like literally 33.3.
Everyone tells me we got to freaking fact check this shit. So, because we have some of the first podcasts, it was hilarious. Like we were telling these stories. I told a story that I caught a Gila monster. It was 2.5 feet long. What we looked up was they only grow to be 22 inches. Right. So we were like, all right, that was a little bit of a fisherman's tale.
Yeah, your sense of size.
Yeah, sense of size. Well, I'm used to dealing with big things. So I don't know. That's what happens. Yeah. All right. Well, someone fact check us. How many ounces are in a liter? I think you might be right. It's 30. For some reason, about 100 ounces.
Somewhere
100 milliliters is in a liter, right? Or 1,000 milliliters in a liter. Fuck, I don't know.
I wouldn't even know where to start with milliliters.
This is not okay. All right. So you got to buy a mountain bike.
I got to buy a mountain bike. Yep.
Hardtail. So you can ride.
Gave up a Yeti.
Gave up the Yeti. Why did you give it up? Did you ride it when you were here?
No, I actually gave it up before I moved down here.
So you never rode a mountain bike here?
I didn't. No.
The whole time. Mm-hmm. I guess it is. Did you do the shootout when you were here?
I did.
I know I'm kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So I only did the old man's version.
So what's the difference?
So the difference is it leaves half an hour earlier. So the way they do the shootout is there's three different times when you can leave. There's, I don't know, the earliest version is like the super old guys. Middle version is called the old man shootout, and that's still pretty competitive. And then the folks who leave the latest is the true shootout, and that's basically pro level, type stuff. Especially if you're in the winter here, you'll get all the triathletes that come down from Boulder, or you'll get some of the pros that are training down here.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, it's.
I mean, you're no joke here.
No, it's world class type of road ride, and it goes hard. So,
and this is kind of like kill or be killed. Like,
it's true drop ride. Like you are hammering from probably from mile 6 or 7.
Okay.
The real decisive point is getting to the bridge. After you get to the bridge, if you survive that, then you're really kind of looping around, and you can generally kind of stay with that until they climb up Helmet Road.
Wow! So my nephew, who is 14, mm-hmm. is on the hatch team. Do you know what that means? And so he's taken to cycling, both mountain biking and road racing, and. So he's training with the hatch guys, and he rides. It's crazy. His training routine is just nuts.
Yeah.
But he wants to go do the shootout, and I've been a little nervous about recommending that to him because I'm like, I think it's kind of like a kill or be killed thing, and if you get into trouble, I'm not sure if that's the kind of crowd that would want to stop and help you or whatever.
No, I would say start with the old man shootout.
Okay.
Because there's 40 something folks who are interested in actually getting people into the group.
Right.
It's definitely going to teach you pack riding skills.
Yeah.
Because it is fast, and you will be, I don't know, sometimes 3-4 across.
Right.
Which can be very, very disconcerting. Like if you don't have somewhere to go, except backwards or forwards, that can feel pretty uncomfortable to somebody for a little while. If
you hadn't ridden in a Peloton before.
Yeah, especially if you're going 25 miles an hour or something like that. That feels weird when you're a few inches away from people.
Interesting. I guess I've never done that, but I've never really thought about that as something that would be hard to do, but I guess it makes sense.
The thing is it's really not that hard to do.
Yeah. You're just pedaling a bike, right?
It's the same thing it's the same stuff as driving a car, right? You don't think about when you're braking or not braking on the freeway.
Uh-huh.
It's really the same sort of thing within a pack dynamic. You've got 3 or 4 people across. You understand how the movement goes after a little while, and it ultimately becomes pretty natural. You're moving forward or you're moving back. You understand, when you're supposed to be going hard, when you're supposed to be, kind of letting somebody else in.
Right.
And so the old man shootout would actually be a great place for him to start for that.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'll recommend.
And those roads are not traveled at all on Saturday mornings.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty clear traffic. Basically.
It's pretty clear. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And they basically kind of it's like kind of down the west side and then down to Sarita and back up. Basically, yep. Is it a 100-mile loop?
No, it's about 70 miles.
70 miles. Okay.
Yeah. The pros throw in a few mountain climbs out near Sarita, but
mountain climbs in Sarita, like up, what is that? Madeira Canyon?
Yeah. Madeira. Yeah.
Okay.
The big ride would be doing the shootout and then cutting off and going up Madeira Canyon.
Interesting. There's a mountain bike trails out there called Elephant Head.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were first into mountain biking, we went out there with Brad's brother, Matt, who actually lives up in Colorado, in Fort Collins now. But
that's where my kids are.
Are they really?
Yep.
Going to school up there? Or? Mm-hmm. Right on. So Matt and my wife and I were out for a ride in Madeira Canyon, and we got a little bit turned around. My nickname, by the way, is Magellan. If you haven't heard that. And that nickname, I got that nickname because early on, people would probably tell you still today, but early on I was pretty directionally challenged, right? Kind of like Magellan was. So I got us lost, ran out of water, middle of the summer. Matt broke his seat off his bike. Like the rails on the bottom of the seat broke off. Broke off. Yeah, he crashed and the seat cracked and the rails cracked. And so he had no seat. And so he had to ride a bike with no seat and no water. We're out in the middle of nowhere.
Most good adventures start when you run out of water.
Right? Especially in the desert. But this was like a no shit like survival like situation. I was like, oh my God. But luckily we found our way back to the road, made it back, and then I remember we went to the Kentucky Fried Chicken. This was like the closest thing. And
it's the last time you went to a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It is probably the last time I went to a Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's also the last time that I rode Madeira Canyon. I haven't been out there since, so that's my last memory.
Yeah. It's a good little climb.
Yeah, it's a good climb, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you.
It's been fun. It's
good to see you. Thanks for coming out and talking with us on the podcast. And maybe we'll do this again sometime. We do have the ability to call you, so we could do it remotely, although the sound's not as good, and it's good to see you in person.
Yeah.
So with that, any final things you want to say to listeners?
No. I think the one thing I would say is love the desert. It's a great place to ride. But get out to California sometime.
Great place to visit, just not a great place to live.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
All right.